Miss Watts. You're quite a good detective. For a beginner.
How do you know my name?
Through the same means by which you learned mine. You said you had a theory.
But I never leave my name online. I have a bogus email and
But the Internet Protocol address points to the university servers at the Veterinary School of Medicine at your university, where a quick search of students finds only one who has self-published mystery novels, and who has a warning on her record for missing class the past few days, a time period corresponding with the 74 hours precisely that someone has been scouring the Internet for every known photograph of me. So, when I receive a ping from a chat room with that IP address, I know that I have the honor of speaking with Janielle Honoria Watts.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's rudimentary. Your theory?
You got my records online and...
University web servers are notoriously porous. Your theory?
Yeah, okay, I was just, I was thinking that since the guy who got killed, he designed this car and...
Not the car, the unique engine that runs it. Here is a sketch made by a rival engineer who managed to get a glimpse without the inventor's knowledge.
Okay, but I was just saying that if somebody took this unique car, it must be somebody who wanted the secret for himself, right? So, I'm not saying that it was him, but Wilbur Morris owns the Champion car, and if this one beat his...
That's exactly why Wilbur Morris was arrested last night. Apparently the police shared your theory of motivation.
Maybe they just arrested him for being named Wilbur, am I right?
Wilbur Morris was found to have, in the tool compartment of his Ford F-150, a cordless power saw capable of cutting through steel. Certainly capable of severing a man's hand.
And did the saw blade
have blood on it? Oh, yes. And it was human. Now, I want to emphasize to you that the discovery of the power saw has not yet been made public.
But you know all about it, so you do work for the police, right?
I do not work for the police. In general, they work for me, although they're rarely aware of this fact. I solve mysteries which others cannot. That is my profession.
Oh, well, that's...
Your aggressive search for me proves that you have an extraordinary capacity for locating minuscule and obscure facts.
I'm a graduate student, that's what we do.
Well, you postponed those studies for several days to pursue me, demonstrating that you crave a mental exaltation above and beyond the study of veterinary medicine. You clearly possess a unique combination of gifts and interests, which make you my ideal assistant. By the way, I will simply call you Watts from now on, as it is efficient and emphatic. Now,
as damning as the power saw may be, I now suspect...
Wait. I'm sorry, you just went from the police to you solve puzzles to I am your perfect assistant to a bloody power saw in about 8 seconds.
Yes, there is a great deal of information to assimilate. For example, this is a pork shank. Sample approximates the flesh and bone of a human arm. I cut it with a power saw identical to the one in Morris's trunk.
So you could see if cutting a man's arm with a power saw would result in the injuries in the photograph.
Yes, I have video. Ooh, watch carefully. Much cleaner cut than the one Kaiser suffered.
Of course, that piece of pork wasn't fighting back.
Yeah, it's a valid point to consider.
Sheridan, look...
Oh, call me Hume if you prefer. It's efficient and emphatic.
Yeah, Sheridan, I need some time to take all this in. You just popped up on my computer and started talking.
I understand you find me intimidating. Most people do. But I will need your commitment to being my assistant immediately.
I'm not even sure I should be talking to you.
Why not?
Oh, come on. I kept finding pictures of you at crime scenes all over the country.
I've been following the money trail of high-stakes gamblers who fix races through sabotage and coercion.
With police officers who clearly let you behind the yellow tape and...
Well, once they realize that our relationship can be mutually beneficial, yes. For example, I learned about the cordless power saw when I informed the police about the curious behavior of the garage security cameras.
It was turned off?
See? You have a natural flair for this sort of thing.
Well, thank you, but you're kind of changing the subject. I can't get involved with something that's on the wrong side of the law.
The wrong side? Watts, you forget that I've read your little stories, from which I took you to be someone who understands that the law is often very different from justice. Your stories depict the law realistically as a force that protects race hatred and gender discrimination and homophobia, so I was certain you shared my view of a higher purpose, a human spirit which transcends the restrictions of our frequently misguided ancestors, but perhaps I misunderstood what you were aiming for.
No. I agree with all of that. I didn't mean that you... I'm just saying that it's just too much for me to take in all at once. And anyway, I don't understand why somebody like you would need anybody's help with anything.
I don't need help.
I believe I am second to none in my ability to gather facts and to reason accurately from those facts. You, however, possess a distinct skill set which has very little to do with reason.
I was expecting this.
Sheridan, are you... Whoa. Whoa, Sheridan!